Hey, I'm Allison.
And I'm Kasie.
And this is what happens when
you give two moms microphones,
no filter,
zero impulse control, and cocktails. Welcome to Undiagnosed Moms. Hi, I'm Kasie.
And I'm Allison, and welcome to Undiagnosed Moms. And real quick, before we get into the podcast, just want to thank everybody for following along with us. And if you are loving our chaos, follow us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and YouTube, and hit the follow button and leave a comment. We live for the notifications instead of actually adulting like we should. Okay, so right into the podcast today.
All right, today we have Kasie on with us. She's a mompreneur. Living in Mexico with her 5 boys and her husband, Victor. And we are going to start, I guess, with Kasie telling us a little bit of her story. And then, we're going to ask her some things. But go ahead, Kasie.
Perfect.
Take the floor.
Thank you. How did we actually meet, you and I?
I think it was on Instagram.
I think it was. And then connected because we both are chaotic and have 5 kids.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then we met up in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And then, we've just been friends ever since. Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm Kasie, mom to 5 boys and serial business owner. I have 4 businesses on the go right now. And we live in Mexico on a small farm in the Yucatan Peninsula and spend time between here and Isla Mujeres because we can't get enough of both worlds.
Nice. And you homeschool.
And I wouldn't even call it homeschooling.
No, I know.
Because it's like not schooling. We don't school.
Totally. Last week's podcast, that's what we were talking about because Allison homeschools. And I was like, when I homeschooled, I didn't homeschool. I was like, I didn't do anything. Like,
it's too hard.
Yeah. No, it is. And it's just like, no, I'm like,
they learn more watching you and working than they do.
Especially with Kasie. Yeah. And like the boys actually working with Kasie. Yeah. And like, that's so huge. I love watching that. And like everything that they learn just from that. It's amazing. So
they're busy.
How old are your kids?
Mm-hmm. 18, I have to think about it. 18, 16, 15, 13. No, that's not the truth. 9, 11, almost 15, 16, and 18. There we go.
You could have said any 5 numbers, and I've been like, sure.
Yes. Like, don't even get me started on like birth years. Like, you ask me their birth year, I'm like,
I know.
I'm so good at that. I know all the birthdays.
Oh, so then that's what you should just say. Do you know how to say their ages? Yeah. You just be like 2003, 2005, 2007, and like let them figure it out. It's not your problem.
Do the math. If you're
great.
How old they are.
Yeah, exactly. How much do you care?
How much do you really want to know? And I'll be like, I don't.
Yeah.
This was being nice, I guess. I don't know.
Just polite. Or say it in months, like some people like. 1,552 months.
Yeah. You know what I do? I'm always like, between 8 and 16.
They're in there.
I'm like, there's 5 in there. So you know what? It doesn't matter.
Pick your numbers. They might be right. Exactly. You're probably going to be right at least once.
Yeah, at least 4 times.
Yeah, maybe. That's crazy.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Yeah. So also what we wanted to talk about today is, so me and Allison are starting a juice cleanse tomorrow. Okay. And I was like, that's funny because Kasie is always fucking juicing.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Like, you don't do a juice cleanse though, do you? You just juice every day?
I do. Yeah, I juice every day and I do a cleanse. I feel like for me, I have hormonal imbalance really easily. And so if I don't eat enough, then it really fucks me up. So if I do a juice cleanse, I'll always make sure to eat a little bit. Like I'll have a lunch, nuts, apples, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I'll do like 3 to 5 juices a day when I'm doing that. And just
so it's
clean.
Right. So it's not like you're fasting. It's not a juice fast or anything, or juice cleanse. It's just, or it is a cleanse, I guess. But you know, if you're also eating on top of it and everything.
Yeah, the fasting doesn't work for me. Maybe too because I just like don't want to, you know? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm fucking starving. I need to eat something.
Yeah. No, totally. That's the thing is like, I know a lot of people that are like, yeah, like fasting is just out for them. They're like, no, not interested. And
Yeah.
I swear by fasting. I am obsessed with it. I love it.
You're so good at it. You're like hardcore, just cut shit out.
Yeah, but that's easy for me to do it on those, like, I don't know. I just swear by it. Have you done a coffee enema?
Yes, I love
Yes.
coffee enema.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
also a huge
By
fan.
the way,
Have you put coffee in your ass? Yes, I have.
have you butt chugged coffee or
Yeah.
no?
Every third day.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
started doing them yesterday because I'm going to do them like every day that we're doing the juice cleanse. And so I started yesterday.
And
Yeah. So that's exciting. That's my story.
My last glass of wine, my last spritzer before, I guess I'll do one tonight. And
I mean,
then
that's juice. No, that's just grape juice.
pretty much it's the same thing.
Feel like
Oh,
it's
also
fine.
Casey hasn't drank in 5 months.
Nice.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, love it. She's like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Ha ha ha. It's great.
Yeah.
I just can't drink anymore without feeling super nauseous. I used to be able to drink, and now when I drink, it's just like, ugh. And I have to drink so much to feel anything that it's just not even worth it.
See, I just like to drink because I love the taste of it. Like I
Yeah.
love to have, and like Casey was saying too, like hers is like habitual. She's like, I didn't really need the wine or whatever. She's like,
Yeah.
I don't want it that bad.
Same with
I
coffee.
love
I don't
that.
need the coffee.
Oh,
I
love
just thoroughly enjoy the ritual of drinking it in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
See,
yeah.
with me for the drinking was the same. Like my hangovers were insane. I could have one glass of wine and the next day would be like I'm raging hangover for a day.
Yes.
And then it would be like a week of brain fog, sluggish. I'd be such an asshole to my kids. Like I just wasn't
Yeah.
tolerating life at all. And so I was like, no,
Yeah.
if I drink, I'm going to get drunk. Let's be honest. Like I'm not
Yeah.
just going to have one glass of wine.
We're not half-assing. We're going
For
full
all
ass.
this.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now I'm fucking out for 2 weeks because I feel
Yeah.
like shit. And you have that like, it's not even the moral hangover. It's just like that, ugh,
Yeah.
you know, like you're just
Yeah.
not feeling it. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying this anymore.
That's
Yeah.
how
Well,
I
good
am
for
in the
you.
mornings. Like I can barely have anything and I feel like shit. And I'm like, I didn't even get drunk and I feel like crap. Like this is not
you're
worth
like, it's
it.
not worth it.
I think it's like the perimenopause stage. This is like my
Wow.
understanding of it is like life just fucking affects me. Like I like to sleep 8 to 9 hours at night. Otherwise I feel like an asshole the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that
I
includes
have
staying
to
up and
sleep.
drinking. Yeah.
You what?
I said, and that includes staying up and drinking. It's just like a whole, you know.
Staying up and drinking is like 10 times. Like even if I just stay up and I don't drink, I feel like an asshole. And if I stay up and I drink a bottle of wine, it's like just don't talk to me for a month.
Yeah.
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 When did that change? So how old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay.
For me, and I feel like the more you cut out alcohol, the worse it gets. So
Oh yeah.
the
Oh, that's
pandemic,
funny.
I was still drinking every day. Like I was like a bottle of wine every day, a couple of beers at noon. Like I live in Mexico, I'm on vacation all the time.
That's right.
And I got sick. I had this and this, and like now we're just gonna ADD jump into 55 stories, but I'll
That's what this is about. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Jump away.
Jump around.
I had breast implant illness and had my breast implants removed, which made me stop drinking. So then I started this like super clean thing for like a month. And when I stopped drinking, then that's when I noticed. But if you just drink every single day, then I feel like you're just not even aware of how it's affecting you.
Yes, I would agree with that because I don't think that I'm always like, oh, I'm fine. Like I can totally have like 2-3 glasses of wine and I'm like, I literally don't feel anything because I'm used to it. But I get that when you don't, it's just like, oh, you know, your body's just like,
Then you're going to come back into it and you're going to be really wishing you didn't.
yeah, literally. I know. Yeah. Yeah. So, and you're this, like, we talk about supplements and shit all the time. Like what do you do besides like juicing and enemas? Is there anything like health?
I swear by celery juice. I think I told you
Oh,
this.
Remember I started that because of you. Yes.
It's so good. I feel like, okay, so I just spoke with a holistic nutritionist the other day, and she said don't do coffee enemas too much because you actually take out all of the good bacteria in your stomach also.
Interesting.
Once or twice a year as a max.
How many?
Once or twice a year?
twice a year. She told me that. And she's like, she studied in Germany, in the States. Like she's got all of these certifications. So I feel like I can trust her. Whereas
Yeah.
other people have told me like do them once a week, which I don't want to do them once a week. I don't have
Allison,
time for that.
Allison probably did 2 today.
No, not 2 today, but I
feel like-
definitely didn't do 1 to 2 max a year.
But like do it this week and then maybe take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way I
Yeah,
have
she's
some
like, now I
bacteria.
will. That's
I
funny.
do that. I also feel celery juice gives you the same effect as the coffee enema, just not as strong. So
Okay.
like I try and do like once or twice a week at least celery juice. I'm obsessed with green juice. Juice is like my life.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
PM.
What was the one with the parsley? I was going to ask you on Instagram the other day, and then I forgot.
Celery, cucumber, parsley, ginger, lime, apple. And then if you have spinach, or I use chia, like in where I live, we have chia. It's like a local spinach. So I can do that. People are like on this hating spinach train about you can't have too much spinach because we need to be carnivores now and spinach oxalates and you're going to
Oh,
die.
because the oxalates, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like
But
you're
like,
not having a kilo, you know, like you're like throwing
yeah,
in. So I think
totally. And it's in all those greens. It's like it's in everything.
yeah. And it's
So
fresh,
oxalates are in
fucking
all.
fresh. I love it. I feel like green juice like gives me life.
Yeah.
And then I just think like a balanced meal. Like I don't hate the carnivores, I don't hate the vegans, I don't hate
Yeah.
anyone. But for me, like I feel like let's just eat as local and clean as possible. And
Totally. And how it works with your body. Like if your body does not like wheat or meat or fucking whatever, then don't eat it, right?
That's
yeah, I
what
totally
kills me
agree.
about like diets, and people are being like, "Oh, well, I love this and this," and somebody's like, "Well, I can't do that. It makes me sick, so it must not work." And it's like, no, your body is just handling it different. Everybody's body is so different.
Yeah.
different.
Yeah,
There's
that what
literally
works for you might not work for me, but it might work great for you. But
That's,
it's just
yeah, huge part of
People like want everyone to weight lift every day, 5 times a day, and I'm just never gonna weight lift ever. I don't want to.
yeah, and you got such a nice bod, and you're like yoga, and like
she said
and
thanks.
I forgot it's a podcast. Thanks.
So no, yeah, but I agree with that. Like, or people are like, oh, cardio for whatever, and I'm like, dude, I don't do anything I'll do Pilates.
You do nothing, and you also have a nice body, so shut the fuck up.
Thanks. So I'm like, I don't enjoy like going to the gym and doing that. Like I don't enjoy it. I never do. So I'm like, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, honestly, like I'm fine not doing it. And I think that I'm not like disappointed in the way I look, and I'm not like, oh, I wish
And
I
if
could.
you were, you'd do something about it. If you wanted to complain enough where you were like, oh, I don't like it, then shut the fuck up and go do something about it. But
Totally.
if you don't give a crap.
But I swear, like I go for long walks. I really like them. And I got like that Aura ring. And sometimes my Aura ring is like, wow, like you literally burn just as many calories or whatever from doing like a fast walk than I would with running.
Too, though. So it's like, it's not like you're just sitting on your ass all day. Like you're constantly going, cooking, walking. Well, you know, and all of that burns calories at the end of the day. Even just like your brain thinking with ADD, you're probably burning calories like right now.
Yeah,
that's right.
Right.
Always burn extra.
Literally whenever I'm on Instagram and I'm like, hey, does anybody have any questions? Or like we'll do like the stupid question boxes and stuff. And then somebody will be like, how do you get everything done? And why do you have so much energy? And I was like, bro, born with it. Sorry. Like I can't, there's no supplement that I can give you. I'm like, if I could bottle up my ADHD, I would do it.
I'd sell it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I'd forget and do something else. I would try to give it to you, and I'd really want to, but then I'd get doing something else.
It wouldn't get out the door. It would sit in the back of my car for 6 weeks.
And then I'd be like, I need that energy back, and I'd take it.
Yeah, exactly. On my fucking...
That's right.
Oh, yeah. So, Kasie, talk about like your store and everything too, because that's very related.
We have an online organic market. We're launching something new that I can't talk about right now, and I'm really fucking excited, so I'll tell you about it later. But right now I have an organic online market, and so we source grass-fed, regenerative, non-GMO, everything from all over Mexico in where we live in Cancun. Well, I'll just say Cancun because it's going to make people understand better. nothing grows. Like our land is really shit. So really we just have citruses and chilies. So everything we have to bring from northern Mexico. And then we deliver all throughout the peninsula Yucatan. So like Merida all the way down to Cancun sort of thing.
That's
Nice.
awesome. What
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you started doing that? Like, are you from Mexico, or like did y'all move there, or like what happened? How did you start?
My husband's from Mexico, so I came on vacation in 2024 when I was in grade 12 with my dad, and then we ran my husband over on a motorcycle. He was
Oh,
walking,
good.
and we bumped into him, and then I moved back, and here we are.
So you're like a Hallmark movie
Yeah,
Yeah,
where you
literally.
accidentally run him over. He doesn't remember, but you're there, and you're like this
I remember.
angel, and
He
then you
wants
move to
to
Mexico.
fight.
Do what?
Very stereotypical Mexican, musuputufok, and we were like, okay, settle down.
That's so
Oh my
funny.
gosh,
Yeah, that's such a good story. That's funny.
that's
Um,
hilarious.
yeah, so then yeah, and then you just love like business, like you know what I mean? Like yeah, when you said serial business owner, like you do, like you love starting new things. And then you had like the restaurant.
We had the restaurant on Holbox, which we shut down. That was like a whole. First of all, it was the biggest logistical nightmare on the planet getting to this tiny remote island. And second of all, tourism has gone crazy post pandemic here. Like, we boomed so fucking hard. Everyone and their dog moved to Mexico during the pandemic because we were the only country that was fully opened. You were going to move to Mexico at one point in time.
Yep, yep.
Um, and then after that, it just tanked. So like, I feel like we grew way too fast. Like if we had 500 Airbnbs, now there was like 10,000. Like Tulum is just falling apart right now because it just tried to grow so fast. And now there's just no people. And so I feel like maybe the numbers are similar to pre-pandemic. I feel like they're probably a little bit worse. They're trying to make it seem like everything's okay, but we also have Hotel on Isla Mujeres. And it's just not the same. Like tourism has changed a lot. And so in January last year, I kind of had a target for numbers in the high season. I was like, if we don't sell this much, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to fucking work my ass off all year for something that I know 6 months out of the year we're not going to sell because there's just no people on the island.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's right. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like, yeah.
Food and beverage is a hard thing to be in anyways, much less during when it's,
all
it's
this.
that's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was crazy. I wanted
But
to
I loved watching it. Would you do it again?
Yeah,
or no?
I want to.
You do it
I
again?
want to, but I'm really carefully planning. I feel like my biggest lesson from owning a business on that island was like, I have a superpower now to look at a market and be like, what is going to work and what is not. And even with our online grocery store, like we're really expensive just because we do have to bring everything down from northern Mexico. And so someone has to be like me or you, Kasie, to want to buy. You know what I mean? Like they have to really have the values and like really give a shit. Otherwise, they're like, it's just worth my money.
Yeah, they would be like, oh, this is overpriced when I can go and buy this for this. And it's like, well, no, yeah, exactly. You could go buy that or you can source it out. And yeah.
Exactly.
Also, what was I just thinking about? Oh, I know, jumping now again, you probably didn't even finish, but how you're doing like online, like mentorship, like for people starting businesses. Like that's super cool.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah, I just felt like with our online grocery store, it was really, really difficult. And especially like you're a mom, right? So many moms are like, I'm gonna open a business, I'm gonna start a podcast, I'm gonna do this, all these things, because my perspective and my thought is like we lose ourselves as moms, right? And so like you're bored as fuck, you don't want to go back to a full-time job because no one wants to have a full-time job, and you want to have a business. And most, I'm not going to say all people, most people don't want to do MLMs. And so you start like a little jewelry business or you start a whatever business or you start an online grocery store. And it's fucking hard, like you're doing all the things and you're trying to be a mom and you know nothing about business and marketing. And so I've taken courses and I've done mentorships and I've done masterminds and I've studied so fucking much.
And just your experience is better than any of that. Like you have so much experience literally doing it and being like, hey, this worked, this didn't work. That like, it's not just you took courses and now it's like you lived it, like you did it all. So that's what I think is super cool.
I succeeded and then I bottled it up and then I put it in a course.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah. And like you said, I think that's important because these people who are like, hey, well, yeah, I want to do something, but I don't know anything. I didn't go to business school, you know, and they're like, I don't know really what to do, but like this will just help them, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Get to the next
Well, even
step.
in marketing, like I won't even say that I'm good at managing. I'm good at managing. I have a team and I don't really participate in the operations of my business anymore. But also my ADD just makes me like I suck. Like never make me do the daily tasks because I won't do it. Like just nothing will get done. Right. But the marketing I love. Like I'm obsessed with looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with running ads. I'm obsessed with branding, like all of that. But I feel like I can look at a business and I can be like, okay, how can we tweak this? And who is your customer? And how can we make this product more digestible for them?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know, you're just like such a good follow, like regardless of like not even business, like business aside. Like I'm just like, I love like also on Instagram and you're just like, did this, gonna do this. And I'm like, bitch, like you got like fucking lists and like, I'm like, damn girl.
Always. I have to write it down or it never gets done.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I now have a full-time job and I'm like, I hate it. I'm
How do you
like,
do it?
I'm not going to. Like, I'm like, I thought, because I didn't work for like, I don't know how many months. And so I was like, okay, this is great. And then the kids all went to school
Right.
full time. And then I was like, like I need something to do. So I went out and got a job and it's a good job. Like, it's like money wise and everything, but I'm like, it's just so not like every day I go. I'm like, it's so monotonous. Is that the right word? I don't know. Anyway, and anyway, and it's just like, I'm like, why did I sign up for this? And like, I can always quit, and I probably will. I hope nobody's watching, but
HR
we'll just
calls you
like,
into the
we'll
office
just, we'll
tomorrow.
just, yeah, we'll just clip that part out.
Yeah. You'll just see Cassie's
I literally
mouth
don't
moving.
care.
It's like Cassie
I
still needed a
literally
job.
don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll edit
Kasie,
it.
there's a disclaimer.
Quit and then do the episode, air the episode.
That's right. Oh man. No, I literally don't care.
We'll just bleep you out. Like she wasn't
At all.
cussing. She was just saying something to
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I mean though. It's like a lot of people don't want that. Like, especially if you don't have
Hard.
to.
When your
And if
kids
you
are in
don't,
school now, but if they weren't,
yeah.
and they're old, but if they're
So
younger,
yeah. And I just feel like there's a huge group of people that are in between that where it's like you don't need a job, but like your kids are in school and so you're like, I want something. I might not necessarily want a full-time job doing whatever, but you want something to do. And so I feel like it's really cool that we have that ability now is for like that entrepreneurial shit, you know, and just even if it is something small and like whatever,
But I think
it's
it's
just like
more than just having something to do. I think it's something more than us like wanting something for ourselves. Like everything we
and
do is
purpose too.
yeah. Everything we do is for kids or for the husband or for whatever.
Yeah.
Like I just want one
Yeah.
thing that is just for
Yeah.
me that like, I don't know, even if
Yeah.
it's a crappy job that you hate going to.
Yeah. And I love that, like, so me and Kasie, we're always like, oh, fuck basketball. And like, you know, like we do it, but like we don't live our lives around the kids being like,
no.
I know people that like have this huge schedule. Like they couldn't even have a job if they wanted one because their kids are like,
Their job is the kids.
Yeah.
yeah,
Some moms are good at that. Some moms are stay-at-home moms, and it's like their end all be all, and good for you. I'm so
yeah,
happy for you.
yeah.
And if
You
I
enjoy that? Great.
I
Yeah.
would commit suicide. Like it wouldn't happen. I
Yep.
just couldn't do it. I need to work. And I think like the one thing I love about owning a business and even a podcast, it's an extension of you. So it's like you get to come back to figure out who you were before you became a mom, before you became a wife, and you can kind of transmit that. And I feel like in a sense it makes the world a better place. You know what I mean? Like you're like
Yeah.
being happy.
You're happy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Until
Yep.
you
And it's
snap,
just like
and
when
then
you're
you're on that
happy.
episode of Snapped, and then it's over. Huh?
What snapped?
It's where it's. Have you not, Cassie? You know what Snapped is?
No.
No. Oh shit. So it's like it's a TV show where women snap and they just like go and kill their husbands, and like it's
Oh, yeah, that
literally
would be
just like it's
So it's
just
like
like
Dateline NBC, but it's just like these women that just
all
snap.
women who have
Oh
just
my
snapped.
God. Yeah,
They
Yeah.
man.
put us in a box. They put you in your house and they make you cook and clean all day and like take the kids to fucking basketball.
That's what I mean. And I'm like, we will do it. like we will do it. I'll take the kids to football. I'll do like the thing, but I'm not doing like all the things. And then I'm not volunteering in the classroom every second Friday. And like, I'm like, dude, like I'd homeschool if that was the case. Like,
Yeah.
They
No, that's
volunteer
like
you here. You don't even get to volunteer. You get
yeah, hell
forcefully
no.
volunteered.
Hell no.
Oh, it's
no.
stupid. I got an email letting me know that I volunteered for chips, and I was like, no, the hell I didn't.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's too much. Even like now with the Christmas concerts, I was watching all my friends post and I was like, don't fucking pretend you like that. Like,
Yeah.
that's literally a nightmare for me.
Yeah. And like and that's the thing. And when you have 5, like I think a lot of times people don't understand.
Five.
Yeah, don't understand that like how busy it really is. And like you said, Allison, like, oh, they signed me up for chips. I'm like, bitch, like that was like crew came home one day and was like, Mom, do we have any salsa? I was like, yeah. And he's like, I have to take it to the class party tomorrow. And I was like, oh, you can salsa for 27? Like, no, you can't take our half open jar
Our
of salsa.
crusty salsa.
Yeah, our trusty salsa. So I had to go out at like 9 p.m. I'm like in my sauna, and I had to go out and get the fucking salsa. Like, I don't need this bitch. Like,
No.
yeah, yeah. And so I mean, he signed me up to be fair, but like, if the fucking teacher signed me up, I would be like, you can make your own salsa,
No,
0% chance. I'll give you $5. You know what I'll do? I'll give you $5. I'll send you
here's
with a $5 bill
$5.
if I have a $5 bill. If I have a $5 bill, like if it's not in my purse,
It
also
might be
no.
$4 and change. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw it and
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Literally, I'll Venmo you.
I'll Venmo you.
Like,
What do you need?
I feel
Salsa?
like
I'm
that would
sorry.
be
I can Venmo you money.
sign
yeah.
them up, we'll give them all the money, and then they can just deal with it all year. Like, just don't
Yeah.
tell me when
Yes.
school's over.
Yeah, dude, and like a lot of people, I think here too. Like, I swear, well, Canada, I think it was like it's the same way too. But like this whole, they're just so, um, they think that like they look at you like you're such a bad mom if you don't do
Yeah.
these things. Like they're like, oh, you put work above your kids, and it's just like, well, first of all, some people actually have to have a job, and so I'd feel really bad for them who actually are working, and some people like more than one job just to get by. And then you're gonna fucking throw in Grinch Day, like dress like the fucking Grinch, like absolutely
Because who
not.
doesn't have bright green fur laying around?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just have it in my back room. I just like whip it out at Christmas time and I can make 5 costumes in a second.
yeah, yeah. Let me just
Okay.
sew this up real quick.
Let me tell
Like,
you how many moms there are like that in Georgia that will just literally have the bright green fur in the back and they'll just sew it on
ready to
up
go,
and Cindy Lou Who their
ready
fucking
to
way
go.
out the door.
Yeah.
I am not a Pinterest mom. I love it. I think they're really cool, but I don't sign me up. Don't ask me to come on a field trip unless my kid wants me
Yeah.
to go. Maybe I'll go. But like, don't make me
Or unless
chaperone.
it's super cool.
Yeah,
You
and
know
I
where I
won't
went
go.
on a field trip? I went back in Canada. I don't remember who it was, but I went to the water treatment plant and I was like, hell yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. And so I was so excited to see like what they were doing with the tap water because I'm like, so I do not drink tap water at all. Like, just kill me. I'd rather drink wine, honestly. It's probably healthier.
We know that.
And yeah. So I so I went on the field trip and then I was like all like, what's that? And he's like, that's fluoride. And I was like, why is there a X symbol? And then I was like, would you drink that? And he's like, I'm not allowed to answer that. And
Oh,
so, yeah, yeah. What do you guys do for water? What do you do for water, Kasie? Do you
Oh
drink the water?
God. No. No one can drink the water in Mexico. We drink bottled water, which is probably so bad. We probably ingest like thousands of microplastics a day.
Mm.
But because we're on the farm, we have a well water. And so even then, like so many people have now, there's a thing called nickel, and then they do this and they do that, and then it's like remineralized and blah blah blah. But I don't even think that I could do that with the well water because the cenotes here are so contaminated now with like the farms and the pesticides. And now this is going to be really gross. Think about this twice when you come to Mexico. So many people have septic tanks, but they just go right back into the.
Oh, they just leach. They're leaching fields.
oh.
Yeah.
So I'm not even like I haven't even bothered to get it tested. I'd have to first get the well water tested, and I have to like set up my own fucking treatment plant and do this. So just
Yeah.
we drink plastic all day.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's what I do right now too. Like I literally have been buying like these. Like I've been buying because my RO, I used to have an RO that goes on the sink because we're renting right now. So I don't want to have like a whole system like we used to have. So I just had the RO and then I was adding minerals back in.
Mm-hmm.
and it broke. And so now I'm like, shit. Like, I'm like, do I want to buy another one of those, or do I want something a little more permanent, whatever? Do I even want RO?
The nickel. It's like it's just like a countertop one, and it has like all these layers and ozone, and then it's got rocks in it and blah blah blah.
Is it like the Santivia?
Maybe, I don't know. It's like I think it's Nikken.
Oh, so that's the actual name. You should send me the link later because I'll
Okay.
check that out.
Yeah, my friend is
Um,
a holistic nutritionist. She swears by it.
yeah. So when it takes out like chlorine,
It
fluoride,
takes it all out, but then it puts all the minerals back in.
minerals back in.
Yeah.
That's what's annoying is
That's
because
cool.
yeah, because the fluoride drops, I have to add them back in. And like if the kids are gonna go and grab a glass of water, like I'm not gonna be like, oh wait, stop.
I know. I hate that.
Yeah. So I'm like, I would definitely rather have something like that. I've been so fucking busy that I haven't been, that's not on my
It's
fucking
not a
to-do list.
priority.
Not right now. No.
There's
Yeah.
so many things.
I know. And fucking Christmas was just right now. I'm like,
Ugh.
no, like, bitch, please. I do not have time for this.
I'm so glad Christmas is over. I know that sounds real grinchy, but I am so over. I'm ready for summer now. Christmas is over. It needs to be hot. I'm ready to be done with the
Hell
cold.
yeah.
We're supposed to get snow. We never get snow.
Where are you?
Georgia. We're about 45 minutes south of Atlanta.
Okay.
And it's stupid cold. I hate it.
I don't think it's fucking hot here, man. Like I was in shorts and a t-shirt. It's like 84, I think today. My car said 84 degrees. It's fucking
That's
hot.
crazy.
I know Canadian. It's like beautiful here right now. I'm sorry. It's like a nice, like between 24, 28, but it's like super breezy. It feels delicious.
Nice.
With the windows open, no air conditioning.
Yeah.
All right, shut up. Give it a rest.
Suck it.
My sweats. It's so fucking horrible. It's like you literally can't breathe. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like San Antonio I feel the same way. Like in the summer, like the humidity is like 100% and it's like 110 degrees. And I'm like, holy shit, this is so much hotter than like Midland used to be hot, but it wasn't humid at all. It was a desert. So it's like super dry. And I just feel like I'm like, holy crap, like this is a lot. But
it's really harsh.
Yeah. But you know what? I'll take it over Canada any day. So
yes, 100%.
Where are you
How
originally
often do you guys
from?
go back?
Oh,
I'm from Vancouver. And what was the question? How often we go back?
Yeah.
Never.
No, I know, because I'm thinking about it. Like I was like, when I know your mom comes and goes, so I was like, I feel like you don't go back and forth though.
We went in 2019 for New Year's, and we went to Big White to go snowboarding. That was great. And I would like to take them one summer, like fly into Calgary, go all the way through Banff, Lake Louise, to Salt Spring, Tofino. But other than that, I don't care. Like I have no urge to go. I want to travel elsewhere. Like we just went to Switzerland. I was obsessed with Switzerland.
Like I laughed your video. I showed Jesse like 4 times because I was laughing so hard because Mateo, he was like skiing down and I don't know what he did, but he or snowboarding down.
Saying something, but I can't remember the video.
And he was like, fuck it, and he fucking loses it, and he's swearing and cussing, and this all is on Instagram, which is why literally like I started following you in the first place. And you were like, fucking Mateo, he needs anger management, ignore him. Like it's so funny, and like I love all that shit. I love that. Like that's literally
video. I remember talking about it. I remember you saying that you showed it to Jesse and he was like guessed that it was Mateo without knowing that it was
Mateo. He knew it was Mateo. Yeah.
Mateo. Yeah. He's special. But Switzerland was great. It was so good. I could live in Switzerland. I really could. It's really expensive, but honestly, I fucking loved it. I really loved Switzerland.
We didn't go, so we did like the Matterhorn, which is like half in Switzerland.
Okay.
But we stayed on the Italy side. I don't remember the name of it. It's like I don't even know. It's like I don't remember. It's like an Italian fucking yeah. It's like so it's like, but that's where we stay. But yeah, like that whole area is super cool. But yeah, like you said, no, Switzerland's definitely way more expensive than the other side, like the Italy side.
More expensive. It's insane. We had McDonald's. Okay, we literally don't eat McDonald's ever, but we went to like the airport station and there was like a McDonald's. I didn't get McDonald's. I got Thai food or something. And the kids were like, please. And I was like, okay, whatever. I don't even care. And it was like, I'm going to lie if I told you how much it was, but I swear it was like 3 times what it would cost. And I was like, you guys, we came to fucking Switzerland to spend like $30 for a Big Mac. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Yeah. In Switzerland.
Like,
That's
how much
funny.
is that? Sorry. I like whip out my phone to try and translate it.
You're like, don't, I'm not even gonna do
Like,
it.
I
Like,
know it's fucking expensive. You better
also,
the plate.
I forgot. I wasn't even thinking. Like like that was also a huge thing is travel. Like that's huge for you.
We love to travel. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like when you're unschooling, that's like such a huge part of it. And like,
Uh-huh.
I'm not a digital nomad. Like, I don't want to be, I feel like it didn't work for you either. Like, I just
No.
didn't like being on the road all the time, but I love traveling. I feel like 3 weeks is perfect for me. Even the kids this time after 3 weeks. No, we went for 6 weeks this time. We were 3 weeks in
2.
Switzerland, 3 weeks in Africa. And the kids were like, get me home. Like, I'm fucking
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Exactly.
lot.
That's the thing
A
is,
lot.
and everybody always asks me, they're like, why did you stop traveling? And I was like, that was exactly the problem is the lifestyle of full-time traveling. It didn't work for us because I feel like the kids had almost like, not really like anxiety, like not anxiety that you can even put your finger on, but like, they'd be like, where are we going next? Like they didn't have a life. They didn't have a home to go home to. And so I was like, that's what they need is a home to still go home to, and then you travel from that home
Yeah.
because that was their problem is like they just never knew what we were going to do, and I think I put a lot of stress on them and I stressed them out about like where they didn't have a home, they didn't know where they belonged, and so I think that's it.
And like, I feel like if you're doing it, my friend Murray, who I think you,
Oh
you
yeah.
met her in Costa
Yeah,
Rica,
yeah, in Costa Rica.
she's
Yeah.
such a great digital nomad, but they also do like longer home bases. So they'll like go to Austria and stay like 6 weeks in one place
Yeah.
and not travel around. Like, I feel like with us, the issue is like, we're trying to jam pack everything into a week. And it's like, no, like you really got to go and like immerse yourself. And I love that. I do really love going and just like becoming a local and like learning about the culture and the food and
Yep.
everything. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, I feel like I become such a creature of habit. Like, I love, even now, like, I'm obsessed with dirty matches. Like, it's a really disgusting obsession that I have right now. And even if I go to a restaurant and get it and it's not the same, I'm like in a mood. Like, I'm like, this is what I fucking
Like
wanted.
yeah, the day is done. Don't even talk to me, the day's done.
And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
not what I wanted. This is shit coffee. Like, I'm
Don't even piss me off right now.
let's not talk about it.
See, that's how RVing was a little different because we'd go to a place for a whole month and we had all of our things with us. So we had home. Yeah, we had our home.
Yep.
All of our animals were with us, like all the things that they love, but we traveled and we didn't. So a lot of people, when they start RVing, they'll go a week here, a week there, a week there, a week here, and you just get burned out. It's a lot of work to pack up your whole life and travel and go somewhere else. So we would stay for a month and you get a better deal staying for a longer period of time. So like in Sedona, we stayed for a month for $750 and that's everything included. That's all like electricity,
that's like a
water,
third of somebody's mortgage. Like
yeah. So like we didn't get as burned out as everybody else. Do what?
Yeah. No, that's
yeah.
I feel like that's a good idea because you have all your stuff.
Yeah. And that's what I think my kids too was a problem was that they had nothing. They had at one point they had like backpacks.
Yeah, because you sell everything every time
that's
you
what they owned. And like yeah, we would just sell everything. And so I feel like that's a huge it didn't work for us. Like it did for a while. It was great. It was fun. I'm so glad we did it. I have like zero regrets. But I could never go back to they would never, especially like crew with football and how they have all these, like I said, we don't jam pack our schedule, but like they have lives now and I could never uproot again.
Yeah.
And do that. I don't think they would not like that. They would not. And especially too, like they're older. Like you were talking about, what's her name? Oh my gosh.
Murray.
Yes, Murray. Sorry. Yeah, Murray. So but her kids are kind of younger, right?
Yeah. Alaska's, I want to say 4-ish. I'm lying.
Because she was a newborn when we were in Costa Rica.
Yeah, and now they have a new one, Atlas, and
Yeah.
Atlas is
Yeah.
just a baby. But also, I feel like for them too, because Alaska kind of just did that since birth, so she doesn't
Yeah.
really know anything else.
No,
And
exactly.
she's young, and so she's just kind of used to it. I feel like
Yeah.
once they have like now we just had 2 weeks off of basketball, and Luca's been like, "When are we going back to basketball?" And I'm like, "Bro, don't fucking rush it. Like, I'm not ready." But it's just they
Yeah.
like it now, and like especially because my kids don't go to school, it's like they love that interaction. So for me, like
Community.
it is a priority for them to go because they make
Yeah.
friends, and so then to
Yeah.
take them out of that, even if we go to Isla Mujeres for like a week, then it's like they kind of want to come back to their routine, to their friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No,
It's
I agree with
definitely
that. I
age.
think,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think having that home base is important. Even if like not home base is in like a home that stayed in one place, even like
Right.
you, like Allison, you still had a home base. It was
Mhm.
just your fucking trailer or your RV,
Yeah.
right?
We were a snail.
But
We took our home
yeah,
with us.
exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, no, I think that that's, yeah, we stopped, but anyways, and then
We
I don't
had
know,
to
Casey, I feel
stop.
like, yeah, I feel like we just got on of like a lot of the same stuff, like except through Instagram, whether it was like health related or traveling or, all of that. I didn't do the businesses obviously like you do, but, um, yeah, what about,
Human design.
what's that?
I'd be curious, what's your human design? Do you
I'm
know?
I am not a reflector,
Projector?
projector.
What's your numbers? You know your profile? It's like your
I
your energy, and then it's your
I don't know. I had the whole thing. I had the whole chart. I just haven't looked at it in so long, but all I remember is I'm a projector, which is like through and through. Like I'm a projector through and through. Like I don't enjoy work. Like working for me is not a good, like I'm not a good worker.
when are you quitting? Let's just like set it up and then let's start your
No,
business.
I know, legit. No, for real. I'll just have a date and I'll be like, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then my problem too is that my ADHD is so bad that I'm like, this is what I want to do. Like, this is it for today.
And
Like
you're
in 5 to 7 business days, I'm over it. That's my
You know what I
problem.
think though, because my ADD, I feel like your ADD is maybe a bit worse than mine, but I feel like you'd really have to find something that you're obsessed with. And like,
Passionate about.
yeah, because like even for me, like I'll have days that like I'm like, fuck it. Like even with Instagram, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start posting every day, and then I do it, and then I'm like, ugh, and then I just don't post for a month, and then I'm back on
Yeah.
and back off. Because it's like I don't love creating content. I actually
Yeah.
fucking hate creating content. But then when it's like because I'm so passionate about what we sell with the business, and because I only focus on the marketing, like I don't do any
Yeah.
of the day-to-day shit, then I'm able to actually put my attention there and commit.
Because you love it. You love doing
Yeah.
it.
Focusing on what you
And
love is so much easier for sure.
I just feel like I'm always like, what do I want to be when I grow up?
Yeah,
Like, because I'm like, I still don't know what I want to be.
I
Like,
When
literally
people would ask you that when you were a kid, what would you say?
I was
I honestly don't think I don't think I had anything. Like, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I was like, I just want to fucking, I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, I
I
know. If I look
actually
in my little journal I found that has like from back in the day, mine said that I wanted to be an NHL hockey player. I was like, I played
Ooh,
hockey for like a few years. Like, I was not even good. Like,
dream big.
and like there's no women. Like, I don't know why I
Right.
thought it was like,
That seemed
like
to be the bigger problem I felt like than you not being any
there
good.
was a lot of problems with that. Like,
Yeah. There were
there's
some things that you
nothing.
couldn't fix
But you know what I
about
do
that.
love? I love to dance, obviously. But
yeah.
the thing is, but I don't want to teach dance. Like I've done it and I've gone and I've been a dance teacher and I didn't love it because also like I don't want to take something that I love and then ruin it by turning it into a
Yeah.
job.
I think if you could maybe like not like open a dance studio, like we'd really have to think about this like deeper, but like how could you do the dancing
Hmm.
something like online, something that's like not as committed to like showing up at 5 o'clock 3 days a week.
Like I could pre-record something or pre
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? Like yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, I need it on my own schedule because I'm like this. And like, I can't, when I'm here, I'm here. But like when I'm here, like I'm here. And like, yeah, I'm like, I don't want to do anything when I'm here. And so I'm like,
Hang on. I think I'm burning my curry. Give me one.
ah!
Oh
Go stir it. That's funny. Allison, what would your like passion be?
Oh, I've always wanted to be an actor.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You always have,
That's all
and
I've
that's
ever. Or a
and
tornado chaser, but
oh, God, me too, dude. Me too. That's what I wanted to be was a tornado
yeah,
chaser.
either a
I think
tornado chaser or an actress.
that
Either
yeah,
one.
I wanted to be a storm chaser. That's funny. Yep,
Yep.
that's funny. And you're doing that now, which is also like super cool. That like it's you're finally like it's time, and you're
Yeah.
doing it. And
Since
you're
the
sending
kids
it.
are older now, I tried to do it back
Yeah.
in,
What
I
are you
think
doing?
2000. Huh?
What are you doing? Sorry, I'm bad with
Oh,
the.
no, you're good. I do acting too.
Okay.
So I've always wanted to be an actor, but like once I had kids, I was like, well, I'm going to stay home with
Well,
them and
that's
focus
fair.
on them because there's no way I could travel and do all the things because obviously I was going to make it immediately. But now that the kids are older and like I have a 15, 12, and 10, they
Okay.
pretty much take care of themselves. They don't really need me. So when we
Self-sufficient.
moved back to Georgia, I just started trying to pursue that. And I've got a bunch of jobs and
Oh, good.
yeah, it's been fun. I mean, it's just, almost 40 years old, deciding to start a new career is wild,
I
but
feel
I'm
like
not dead.
honestly, people like they ask you when you're a kid what you want to be when you grow up, but I feel like I only just found out what I want to do when I'm 38. Like I've only now
Yeah.
like fully understood, and especially when you're a mom because you turn into everything that you're not. You know what I mean? Like you're just like constantly on autopilot, fixing, solving, cooking, cleaning,
Yep.
and so you kind
Yep.
of have to like take a minute to be like, okay, hold the phone. Who the fuck am I, and what do I want to do?
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to change your mind. Like
Yeah.
to not know at 18 to be like, this is what I want to do. Like literally like a month ago, I was like, you know what I want to do? I watched that show with Blake Lively and I was like, boom, flower shop. I'd love that. I was like, I'm gonna open a flower shop. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm like, fuck, bitch. Like, I am not opening up a flower shop. Like that is like
No,
that's the dumbest fucking
very
idea. But I was like, for a solid week, I was like, what a good
Because
idea.
it was so pretty. It made it
Yeah,
really
yeah,
inviting because it was so pretty.
yeah, yeah.
so cute.
So I'm like, I change my mind all the fucking time. I just, yeah, like you said, is like finding that like thing that you can stick with.
Yeah.
Or
I think,
just finding
yeah.
what you like and being okay with going, I don't like this anymore, and being done and moving on to something else. So many people are like,
Yeah,
oh, you just quit things. And it's like, no, I knew it wasn't working for me. I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't fun. So I'm
exactly.
moving to something else that does make me happy.
Yeah,
Why would you stay
it's
in a miserable job if you
yeah,
hated it? Just quit and go find another thing. Like,
yeah,
it's wild.
yeah,
100%. I think it's the ego. Like society tells you that if you quit, you're a failure. And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
everyone has failed their way to success. I don't think there's a single successful person who's just like overnight become a success on the
yeah.
first go round.
That's
And
how
then
you learn is
and
when
why
you
hang on to
fail.
that? Why would you hang on to that? Like, why would you have? So, for example, with the restaurant, that was like a huge logistical failure on terms of not you, but just logistically. It's
Yeah.
like, why would you hang on to that? You could like that's the thing. Is
And
like,
it was
sure,
hard.
yeah,
I like dragged on for 6 months. I feel like six
wow,
months prior, I knew that I needed to shut the restaurant.
yeah,
Like I just had intuition that was like, okay, we're done. But I
yeah.
was like, no,
I
like
can't. I'm gonna
I'm
keep
gonna
going.
fucking make it work. I can
Yeah,
make this work. And
yeah,
at the end of the day, like it wasn't me. Literally, since we shut down, every single fucking restaurant, unless it's people who are from the island who own the property who don't have to pay the rent, so it's just cheaper for them, or
yeah,
people who have been there for like since the beginning of time and are just like extremely fucking established, everyone else has shut.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it wasn't us, but your ego says
No,
like it just
yeah,
wasn't fun.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the lessons that you learned from that quote unquote failure, I'm sure have helped you way more in the future than
Mhm.
that failure.
That like I could open a restaurant in New York tomorrow and it would be successful because
Yeah.
nobody this island like literally people call it the black hole. Like it's like the shit that would happen every fucking day, like staff not showing up, people getting sick with it,
Oh my
power
God,
going out
no.
constantly. Like it was just
Yeah,
a
fucking hurricanes.
hurricanes the 2 days after we shut the restaurant. And Victor was like, I was like, okay, we're gonna shut. And he's like, good. And I was like, so we'll shut like next month. And he's like, shut fucking tomorrow. And I was like, you can't get 3 years worth of stuff out of there. And he's like, watch me.
Yeah.
A horse trailer, and he just like hired everything. He's like, you want to work? You want to work? He just like got people and said, get it the fuck out. Like we shut the store down in 2 days. That
He was
it.
done.
Honey,
Oh, he
yeah.
was so done. He
Yeah.
was done
Dude,
like the first day we opened.
yeah. Well,
He-
I would watch your stories and it would be like so the delivery driver didn't show up, so I guess I'm delivering today. And I was like, dude, like I can't even imagine. Like
It
you'd
literally
have to
was
step
like
up in all those.
it was like
That's,
shut the store, and I was like, nope, we're gonna continue on.
yeah, yeah. No, and that's the thing is like it's not. That's the thing is it's like you said, it's our ego that's just like, oh, I'm a failure if I should. That's just like, dude, like that is not worth it. It's not worth it. Like
I
I
feel
was
like it's looked at as a failure if I'm at the end of my life and I kept doing something that I was miserable doing just to
yeah,
keep the job. That's my failure. My failure is
yeah,
not that I tried and I didn't make it.
yeah.
yeah.
It's that I never tried. So I may never be a famous actress. I'm just kidding. I'm going to be, but um
You
that's
will.
it. I'm going to be.
You
I
will.
sorry. There's nothing else.
Just send
There's
them in
no
the tape.
failure here.
No, and
Yeah,
like, but your failure could be like maybe you do a shitty job in an audition one day, and then you learn from that, so you're better for the next time.
For
yeah,
sure. For
yeah.
sure. Like that's what I tell the kids too, because I mean I've probably gotten 1,000 no's. I mean, there's a lot of no's in this industry, and
Mhm.
most of them don't have anything to do with your talent. It's like, I'm too tall, I'm too this, I'm too
Yeah,
that. I'm not what they want. But like, what's the worst that can happen? They tell me no.
they
Like,
say
okay,
no, dude.
moving on.
Exactly.
Join the club.
See, see, the thing is too that I feel like even Instagram and social media, I feel like I could have done a way better job with that. And like actually taking it somewhere, but I didn't because first of all, like I would hate to um, like people liked me because I was really like honest because I am like I wouldn't bullshit you, like I wouldn't say like this is great when it's not great, so people actually trusted it. But I couldn't be bothered to like link stuff and do
Yeah.
this and do that, and I was like, I can't be an
I think you could
influencer.
do good. I think that you really could do a really good job because you have a super engaged audience, and I feel like you're super niche. So then maybe what would have to happen is that you could hire someone to do that shit that you didn't want to do.
You know what? I was literally thinking that. I was like, if I ever got to that point where people will, yeah, and like get your, because like it was, I didn't ever reach out to get ads done, like to do
Yeah.
ads. They always messaged me, and then I was like, and it was actually good money. Like when we were in Key West, like I was getting like good money
What
for.
about doing UGC, user generated content? Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
So it's basically being an influencer without being the influencer. So brands will pay you. And once you get really good at it, you have
Mhm.
to learn a little bit about marketing. So structure the content properly. So say they'll like, I want a reel that's this long, and you have to know how to put the hook in, and you have to kind of like make a story of it so that people will buy from that video, which I think that you naturally do that. And then you don't even have to have the stress of posting it because they don't even want you to post it. They just want you to create it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
I'm going to send you later my friend
Yeah.
Julie. She's really, really good at UGC, and she started like a monthly membership where she can teach you how to do it. Like, because I don't know. Like, I just know because I hire people to do UGC for us.
Yeah, yeah,
But I don't know how to like
yeah.
be a UGC content creator, which is I
That's
will never do that. I
interesting.
hate the content
Because
creation. But
yeah, 'cause
I
you
think
don't like that part. Yeah. And I don't mind it. The actual content creation part, I don't mind.
okay.
I just don't like doing the what?
You can dance.
Yeah. I mean, I can like that's what I mean in the ads. Like I feel like I'm creative in that way or like funny in the way that's like they're not just ads. Like cuz I get so fucking like every time Instagram I hardly even go on Instagram anymore. I go on TikTok all the time because Instagram is just like um ad,
Selling you
ad, ad,
something.
ad, 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 and it's not even they're not even good ads.
No, Instagram, what I find is I like stalk a lot of businesses to look at their ads. And so Instagram, the moment I like, let's say I was studying Olipop, the
Oh, the
probiotic
drink?
soda.
Yeah.
And then like every single day I just had like 50 other probiotic sodas. Like the moment you touch one website, Instagram just immediately the
Yep.
algorithm sends
Gives
you
you
other shit.
totally. And it's just like gives you and feeds you all these ads because they're being paid, right?
Yeah.
So Instagram, obviously, because they're paying Instagram, so Instagram is gonna push the ads over just somebody's like fucking little baby, whatever. Like they're just gonna
Well, and that's the way it works. Even though for organic content too, Instagram basically the way that it works, paid or organic content, their new AI is really, really good. And so basically it just knows what you consume. Like it doesn't have any of your personal information, but it knows because it sees what you follow. So
yeah,
based
and
on what you follow, it shows you more of that.
and how long you stayed on that.
Exactly.
And like they're so advanced, exactly, that it's just like,
No, they're
yeah.
really good now for running ads. Like when I started the market and running ads, it was a nightmare. And now it's like I'm obsessed with running ads because they just all convert. Like they're very good at targeting.
Yeah. Interesting.
So we're probably going to have to tie it up. It's about time. But did you want to like tell everybody how they can get in touch with you if they want to contact you about any
Oh yeah,
businesses?
share your socials and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you can follow me. I don't even know. You can maybe put in this show notes because
It will.
spell out my whole name. But yeah, just follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm most consistently active.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't make me stop.
Yeah.
And yeah, YouTube. We stopped the YouTube. See, I did the YouTube, and then I was like, it was such a commitment.
I did too at one point, and I was like, "What am I doing? I hate this."
I didn't mind the filming, and I had a guy editing, so that was fine. But it was still just like creating the story and the timeline and putting it together. I was like, nah.
Mine's like the editing. Like I hate that shit. I hate making a video. I hate doing anything like that. I just want to do like stories. Like, hey, and then but then people did enjoy it because they were like, this is actually your life. Like this is legit. Like this is actually your life. So I enjoyed that, and I didn't have to edit it. Like it was real.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to edit anything. And that's what I liked about it, was that there was no time besides me being like boom, 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 boom. You know. But anyway, yeah, we'll link your Insta handle.
Yeah.
And I'll share it on mine. And yeah, because you're literally the funniest follow. And I'm always like, if somebody follows me, they're gonna love you. Like it's very yeah, it's very, very similar, honestly. I feel like we don't obviously do the same things, but like it's very, yeah.
I don't dance. I could
no, but
good.
no, I feel like our personalities are very similar, and the way we parent is very similar, and we both have 5 boys, and I feel like we fucking cuss a lot and just keep it real.
Did you say cuss before you moved to America? Or
No, that's American. I always say swearing. Yeah.
Oh,
and
really?
then yeah,
That's an
I
American
never
thing?
say cuss. It's very American. Yeah.
Really?
We say swearing, and then people would say that they would be like swearing, like they thought that was funny, and then my kids all would say cussing, and now because they speak like full American.
They're full on Americans now.
Yeah, they are. So I speak pretty much like what they speak. But
that's funny. I didn't know that.
You guys will have to do an episode just on like the American and the Canadian differences.
Oh shit, yeah, there's some funny ones.
Yeah, we touched on a couple of them, I think, last time.
Did we? Oh yeah,
house coat and house
Kasie,
shoes.
what do you call a robe?
House coat.
Yeah, house coat. Yeah, and I said that's one of the only Canadian things that like I will never, like I will die on this hill.
My deep South grandmother called it a house coat.
Really?
And house shoes, and the sheets on her bed were bedclothes. Okay, so that's weird.
Sheets. But yeah, house coat, it's definitely a house coat.
And then toque is another huge one that I'll never stop calling it a toque, man.
No, that's a beanie.
What do you call it? A beanie? No, beanies are just like no. Like
you know what beanie?
Perfect for a surfer or something.
A hipster, 100%. That's my thoughts
too. That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It is.
A
toque has like a pom pom and like it's not floppy.
That's a beanie.
No, a beanie's like floppy at the back.
No, that's still a beanie.
Yeah, and like snug.
Beanie.
Beanie. That's a beanie.
Beanie. You're naming all beanies, just different flavors and sizes and shapes of a beanie.
and beanie just sounds so gay. Like I don't like.
You think toque? That's got a Q in it, right? No, the hell, that's dumb. Toque with a Q. Come on. Get the fuck out of here, Canada. Your random Q's.
It's 2 against 1 right here. I
don't care. I'm big enough to count for 2.
I'm gonna edit it out.
Never.
Yeah, no, but there's like, there's definitely a few that I'm like, I still say you guys all the time.
Yeah. What do you call a hair elastic?
A hair tie?
A hair tie.
And we call it a ponytail, right?
No, I call it a hair elastic.
I call it a ponytail. I call it a ponytail.
A hair tie or a ponytail holder or
ponytail holder. That's the one that I've never heard it called before.
Rubber band, anything to pull my hair back. A pencil will be fine at this point.
Yeah, anything. That's funny. Yeah, I would call it like a I wear a ponytail. I'd say, have you seen my ponytail? But it's like, that's funny because like, I'm not looking for my ponytail. Like
You're
I'm
looking for the ponytail
elastic.
holder.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
No.
No, I don't like it. Ponytail holder.
You're like, you didn't fall into any of those categories there.
Little hair elastic.
that checks out. That does.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Well, thanks for coming on our podcast.
Yeah, that was
That was
lovely.
great.
I know. I feel like I haven't like actually talked to you. I know we like send voice notes and like talk, but I feel like we haven't gotten face to face and like
Long conversation.
yeah. Yeah, I know. We'll do it more often.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Alrighty. Until next time then.